So the first time in UFC history a press conference was called off. I've been watching the sport for a very long time. I've never seen something like that happen. It seemed like something crazy happened in the back. Now, nobody's really saying exactly what happened, but there are some details that we found out about. So, firstly, they try to bring out the fighters one fight at a time. So, 2 fighters on the stage, and then they exit. Next 2 come on. It was Kevin Holland and Daniel Rodriguez. They're having a good press conference. They're, answering questions. It seemed like a fun one. I was very glad they got a spotlight. I actually kind of like the way they do it like that, especially for the fighters that a lot of the casual fans don't really know too much about. I mean, this card is going to be massive. It's going to sell a lot. And after what happened today, it's going to hit astronomical numbers. If these fights are not called off, if something doesn't pop off on the weigh-ins or even Saturday morning, whenever these fighters run into each other, this card is going to sell very, very well. And the people who do the embedded, if they put out the video for everybody to watch, this thing is going to sell way better than expected. But here are the details. So Dana and other witnesses said that it all started with Kevin Holland and Khamzat Chimaev, which is strange because Kevin Holland was on stage. So right away, as he got off the stage and went to the back, something must have popped off right away. Because here's the thing, Khamzat Chimaev has been going kind of crazy out there in Las Vegas. He tried to get to something with Paulo Costa, who's not even fighting on the card. The guy was just training. He tried something with him. He got held back by a lot of his people, apparently. Him and Kevin Holland went at it on social media a little bit. Khamzat said that he slapped Kevin Holland, but Holland said, no, you just pushed me. So they had a bit of a back and forth, and they definitely don't like each other. Khamzat's on this Conor McGregor energy right now, going after any of his peers. If you're around his weight class, the guy's probably going to target you. And it reminds me of when Conor was backstage at UFC 205, going after Tyron Woodley and Khabib, even though he was fighting Eddie Alvarez on that Saturday. So, with Khamzat and Kevin Holland going at it, whatever happened there, Helwani is saying that it spilled over with Nate Diaz's camp. So after they were like pushing each other around and stuff, it didn't really get too crazy with them two. Apparently, Tiki Golston, who's a manager for some fighters and stuff, he got in between them and separated, so he did a good thing there. But then Nate's team came. When they came, they saw that Tiki was right next to Khamzat, so they probably thought he was buddy-buddy with Khamzat now. Nate and Tiki go way back. So, according to Ariel Helwani, Nate's team didn't like that. They didn't like where Tiki was standing, so they started throwing water bottles and stuff, and they came in with a bunch of people, so that's what led to Dana ultimately canceling the event. They didn't want anything to get too crazy. Yeah, they got mad that Tiki was standing next to Khamzat. What a reason to get upset. I mean, couldn't they just ask Tiki what he was doing instead of just, they see him standing there? Okay, start attacking right away. He's a traitor. Khamzat rolled in deep. He's with people too. They're going to retaliate. Then all of Nate's people's got to do something. And Dana, I believe, said there were 4 fighters involved with a bunch of other people they came with. I don't know who that 4th fighter was. So we know Kevin Holland, Khamzat. Nate may have been a part of it, but I don't know who the other guy was. It doesn't seem like Li Jingliang or Tony Ferguson were involved for... They were waiting in the wings. They were waiting to come out. I'm actually so glad we were able to see Li Jingliang's suit. But it could have been Daniel Rodriguez, maybe. It could have been Ian Cutelaba. That guy's a hothead. Or it could have been some other fighter that wasn't fighting on the card. I have no idea. Maybe Paulo Costa was back there and wanted revenge. He drank a bit of his secret juice and just started swinging. But ultimately, Dana said that nobody got hurt. Nothing like that happened. Apparently, there wasn't enough security for all the people that were there. Dana said that between Nate Diaz's team and Khamzat's team, there were 100 people in the back. There was a full-scale battle happening in the back with, like, battalions. Like, what was going on? How did they come in with so many people? 50 people each, apparently? And then you have other fighters with their people. I don't know how much they came in with. You should not be able to roll in 50 deep to a press conference or a weigh-in. You're just waiting for something to happen at that point. So I'm glad to hear that they're saying that they're not going to allow that to happen anymore. They should limit it to like 5 people at maximum. Like no more than 5 people. And even 5 people can get out of hand. Imagine 50 people on each side. How are you going to stop 100 people fighting each other? That kind of reminds me of that, I don't know if you guys ever saw that Russian video where they had literally like 100 versus 100 MMA fight. That was wild. That's what I kind of imagine happening, but of course, you never know what can be involved. Weapons could get pulled out. Apparently, people were throwing things in the back. Dana said that there were fighters that didn't even know had beef, and they were going at it. So I have no idea who else was fighting. I don't know what was going on. I hope we're able to see the video. At least we have some people who were in the back that are saying kind of what they saw. And I also really hope we're able to see the weigh-ins. If they are able to pull off the weigh-ins and stop anything from popping off, that could be one of the biggest weigh-ins in UFC history in terms of like viewership. And man, fighters got to stop doing this kind of stuff. It's this pride thing. Like, you're going to be fighting on Saturday. Can you not wait 2 days? It's just 2 days away. On Saturday, you can fight as much as you want. All the bragging rights are going to be there. everything for the taking. You got to be able to control yourself. You got to have your emotions intact. There's a lot of glory to obtain. There's a lot of money to be made. The fans are here to watch. I mean, it's disrespectful to the fans if fights get called off because they want to scrap in the back like it's high school. Hopefully more details come out. Hopefully a video that we can watch comes out. I'm actually super excited about that. And hopefully they promote this. I mean, I know they got slack for promoting the Conor Habib thing. Just put it out for everybody to watch, man. It's going to be so fun. And I think the fans will really enjoy it.